We're going to become Escanor from 7 Deadly Sins today. We're going to be doing this by running the Sunbracers, the Agar Scepter, and Solar Grenades on the Warlock class. We're going to go ahead and just pretty much make the floor lava for everything touching it. And we're going to have fun while doing it. Let's get into it. So our main abilities for this build is going to be the Incinerator Snap and the Solar Grenades. Without these two things, the build isn't going to feel as rewarding or work properly. I personally run the Phoenix Dive class ability because I'm usually in the midst of everything. I like to be in the fight, and Dive is going to give me that immediate bump to my health when my health gets way too low. For aspects, we're using Touch of Flame. This is going to make our solar grenades start dropping blobs of lava around the area and extend the duration a bit. It's a great grenade for clearing groups of adds quickly and efficiently. With Destiny 2, sometimes the adds can group up and become a bit overwhelming and start burning your team. With this build, we're actually going to get rid of them quickly and efficiently. We're also running Heat Rises, which is going to allow us to fire our weapons, solar grenades, and get our snaps off while airborne. It's also worth knowing that while you have Heat Rises, any kills you get while airborne is going to extend the perk and also grant you some melee energy in return. This is really huge because with this build, we're going to be running Agar Scepter to kind of freeze the enemies in place so we can get the snaps off. I'll get more into that in a bit. Jumping straight into our fragments, we're going to be running Ember of Resolve, Searing, Ashes, and Singeing. Ember of Resolve is going to allow us to be cured after our grenade kills the enemy. Searing is going to allow us to get some more melee energy after killing a scorched target and also create a fire sprite. Ember of Ashes is going to allow us to add even more scorch to our targets, and Ember of Singeing is going to allow our class ability to recharge a bit faster once we scorch an enemy. The exotic weapon of choice that we're going to be running to really complement this build is going to be the Agar Scepter. The biggest reason for this is with Destiny 2 and how the adds function, they can move and dodge a lot, which throws our snap off. We're not running Celestial Fire, which kind of throws fire in a straight line. We're running the snap to cover a wider area. Now, it can be inaccurate, but with running the Agar Scepter, once we get a final blow, whether it be a red bar or a yellow bar, it's going to create a slow burst, which will freeze nearby enemies. That allows us to finish them off with our snap. Once we finish them off with our snap, we're going to be able to spam our solar grenades for about 4 or 5 seconds, give or take. And that's going to allow us to really bring the build together and maximize what we can get from it. Now, that's not to say that the Incinerator Snap is a bad melee. It is still a very strong melee even after the nerfs that it received a couple seasons ago. What we're doing is maximizing that melee to the fullest of its ability. With the Agar Scepter and freezing nearby enemies after a final blow, we're just simply making the snap more reliable instead of having to worry about the ad dodging out the way or moving a certain way where you don't get the kill, because now you're out of a melee and you cannot spam your solar grenades. This build is all about becoming Escanor and really just spamming Cruel Sun or solar grenades to really burn the playing field and then burn through those enemies. The exotic armor piece that we're going to be running is going to be the Sunbracers. It's going to increase the duration of the solar grenades, and solar melee kills that we get are going to grant us unlimited solar grenade energy for a brief time. This is about 4 or 5 seconds. This is really when you're going to feel like Escanor the most, because you're just going to be lobbing those grenades. You're going to feel like Cruel Sun. It's going to feel like you're just throwing them. If you throw the grenades on top of any type of building, wall, whatever the case may be, those blobs of lava that the aspect is going to help our grenades create, when it's falling down on an enemy, it's going to do increased damage to them on top of the grenade that you already have on top of your enemy. Now, you guys may have seen, TikToks, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, or other videos of people throwing those grenades above and it just absolutely shredding the boss or shredding champions. It just absolutely shreds. That's what we're going to be doing here with the Sunbracers. Tying everything together for the build, once we get our Incinerator Snap melee kill, we're going to have a timer start left side of the screen, Sunbracers ready. We have about 5 seconds to start throwing grenades. Once we throw that first grenade, is going to refresh our timer. After that, we can get about 5 more grenades out. Now, once you throw that grenade after Sunbracers are ready, it is going to refresh your timer. So the most optimized way of doing it is getting the Agar Scepter kill to kind of keep them in place get your kill for the Incinerator snap to proc your Sunbracers. Once you proc your Sunbracers and you start throwing grenades, we're going to start shredding the battlefield. Remember, because we are using Touch of Flame, our solar grenades are pack-a-punch. They are going to do more damage, those blobs of lava. Once we get them on a wall and we're starting to drop those blobs onto higher ranked enemies, gold bars, champions, whatever the case may be, we're going to do increased damage to them. That's what makes the build so good, because we're able to freeze our enemies in place, kill them with our melee, and then we're able to spam our grenades. We're not only just spamming on one little enemy, we're able to throw these grenades wherever we want. We can cover the entire battlefield with grenades and just start burning through our enemies, burning through our champions, and burning through our gold bars. Another benefit of the build for you guys, a lot of my guys like to ad clear, and they have a hard time ad clearing large groups of enemies or just become overwhelmed when there's too many ads. With this build, you can lock down multiple spawn doors, you can lock down multiple spawns, and it kind of makes life a tad bit easier. All you gotta do is remember to get your Incinerator snap kill. If you need to, run the Agar Scepter, freeze them in place, make life a tad bit easier, and then just start going to town with those grenades, guys. Now, every grenade kill that we get is going to cure us because of Ember of Resolve, and the scorch damage that we deal from any source, including our own grenades, is going to feed into our class and melee ability thanks to Ember of Singeing. Now, Ember of Searing is going to allow us to deal more scorch attacks, which is going to allow us to do even more damage to our enemies. But that's all I have for you guys today. Just a quick little Warlock build that I've been running, that I've been having a lot of fun with in Destiny 2. Just being able to really run through with my enemies and just throwing out my grenades and healing myself. It's enjoyable for me. The content doesn't feel as oppressive anymore. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what I could do to improve, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.